Now, I want to talk about something that really everyone watching should already know, but in case you guys aren't aware, I really feel like I need to wake you guys up to this. So I don't even know where to begin. You're If you're watching this video, you will most likely have fallen victim to what I have and what a lot of people have is being born into a system. Okay, and the system being go to school, after school, go to college, get a job, work your whole life, retire, etc. Like, it's a system, plug and play system. You go in as a little creature, you come out a retired, about to die creature. You get the point, right? You're born into a system, and what you've never been taught, what's never been brought to light, is that you can actually create whatever you desire for yourself within this life, right? So you don't have to become a slave to anyone else or to any system, to a job, to anything. You don't have to do that. You don't have to live your life like that, okay? You are the sole creator of your reality. You get to choose how you want to experience and how you want to live your life, okay? And I've explained how the external circumstances tend to dictate how you feel, how you think, your emotions, your feelings, your emotions, your beliefs, right? And by doing that, you perpetuate that in your reality. So if you're in school and you constantly feel like you're doing something that you don't want to be doing in school, right? Afterwards, you're gonna go to college. Maybe you feel the same thing in college. You're gonna end up feeling the same thing when you work. It's just you're gonna feel that way your whole life. You're never going to be in a state where you feel like you are doing exactly what you want to do. And I'm not saying that you get that every weekend, right? When you're off of your work. No, I'm saying like weeks on end, months on end, years where you can look back for the past 10 years every single day. I've woken up and done exactly what I want to do, when I want to do it, where I want to do it, with who I want to do it, right? Just like freedom, total freedom, okay? You are born like that is your right when you're born. Like you're born free. You're not really supposed to be born into a system. Now, some are a lot luckier than others. Some get to the point where they receive this information in their lives and they take it for what it is and they start to apply it and actually start to create, the lives that they want to live. And others just aren't meant for it. They're meant to be part of the system, and it is what it is. You don't want to you don't want to let it get to your head and feel like you need to wake everyone up and like go around and like, oh, shake people out, oh, get out the system. Like, no, like, it is what it is. If you come across this information, awesome. Take it, don't take it for granted. Really, really value that you're in a position to be open to this information. You're open minded. If you're watching this video, especially thus far, and start to take control of your life. Whatever you're doing, whatever things that are happening, circumstances, right, experiences that you don't coincide with, that you don't resonate with, that you don't want to be doing, don't do them. Now, I'm not saying to go quit your job and just, money's going to fall out of the sky. No. But you start to apply the stuff that I talk about, and your life will change. It is guaranteed. Okay? Let me put it to you. I'm going to give you an example so that you can see like how it works, right? So, we're making some guy up, right? Let's say Johnny, right? He's 25 years old. He's already graduated college, and he couldn't find a job, so he's working at Chick-fil-A. Okay, he's got his degree. Let's say he's got an engineering degree. Okay, a mechanical engineer, but he hasn't been able to find a job yet, so he's working at Chick-fil-A. Cool. 25. He's not happy with what he's doing on a daily basis, right? The Monday to Friday 9 to 5 at Chick-fil-A, he doesn't want to do that, okay? It's not his dream. He's not living out his true passion, okay? And if he were to continue down the path that he is without taking any of the information that I, talk about, okay, what would most likely his next 5 years look like? Maybe like another year and a half, maybe 2 at Chick-fil-A, ends up finding a job, hopefully, right, in a perfect world, he studied mechanical engineering because it's his dream, true dream, and he's highly passionate about mechanical engineering. He didn't get the job because of family pressure, because supposedly it pays good, because he's going to have good benefits. None of that. Let's say he solely wanted to become a mechanic. That was his dream in life. Awesome. After the couple years working at Chick-fil-A, he found his job, and he lives out the next 10, 20, 30 years of his life doing exactly what he wanted to do. Beautiful. Not always the case. It is possible. But let's look at a more likely scenario. He chose mechanical engineering because his family and everybody said, oh yeah, it's a good career path. You're going to get paid good. Eventually, after years in the workforce, you're going to be making six figures. Low end, right? And he's happy with that. He's comfortable with that. It's like, all right, cool, yeah. I may not love what I'm doing, but I'll get by. Let's say Johnny's now 30. Okay, the 2 years at Chick-fil-A, now he's been working at 3 years as a mechanical engineer. The first year was fun, something different. Second year, he was expecting a raise or whatever, didn't quite get it. Third year, now he's starting to realize that he dreads Mondays. Loves Friday afternoons, but he dreads the Monday morning. Have to start the next week of 9 to 5. Right? And taking a step back, same Johnny at 25, right? He starts to apply what I talk about. It is guaranteed that those next 5, 10 years of his life are going to go down the path that he chooses and that he desires. So let's say Johnny is like-minded like me, and he doesn't really care about mechanical engineering. He doesn't want to become a mechanical engineer, but he wants to make a decent amount of money. What does he want the money for? Does he want to buy things to show off to other people, to impress people that don't even care about him? Or let's say a better scenario, let's say he just wants freedom. He wants to have enough money to eventually retire, to just then at 60 be able to do what he wants to do on a daily basis. Okay? So at 25, he starts to change his thoughts. Now he's no longer thinking about, okay, so probably in the next 5 years, I'll eventually find a job and become a mechanical engineer. He's going to be thinking, all right, somehow in the next 5 years, I'm going to find some investment or some business that's going to end up making me a lot of money and get to the point where I don't have to work and I can just live off of passive income. Okay? Just that seed planted alone, just by changing his thoughts alone, the next 5, 10 years will change so much. You see what I mean? 25-year-old Johnny has got an unlimited amount of paths that can happen in the next 5, 10 years. And if he continues to think the way he's thinking, all right, I graduated college, I'm going to go with my career choice, and I'm going to go down this path, and then after 10 years I'll get a raise, and so on and so forth, right? That's most likely what his path will give him, because he's thinking that, right? Explain the power behind your thoughts that then turn your feelings, emotions into beliefs, right? Okay. But he starts to think, well, no, I don't really care about mechanical engineering. I want to be free. Financial freedom. I just want to wake up and travel, do whatever the hell I want, eat whatever I want, go wherever I want, right? So he starts to change his thoughts. He starts to think about and see the next 5, 10 years of his life a certain way. That those next 5, 10 years are actually coinciding and resonating with what he desires. Okay? So make-believe Johnny at 25 now realizes, all right, what I really want is just freedom. Cool. So then he starts to take action. What is his action? Okay. Starts to analyze, become aware of his thoughts. If he's sitting there thinking, like I said, the next 5 years are going to be mechanical engineer, it's most likely. But if he starts thinking that these next 5 years are going to be business-oriented, investment-oriented, why business? Why investment? Because you dedicate those 5, 10 years to business and investing, you will get to the point where you are financially free, right? We'd love to be, freedom would be amazing if it didn't require money. You see, that would be a beautiful world. because then everybody can just be free. You can literally travel and just do whatever you want if it doesn't cost any money. But sadly enough, the truth is, money is the one little thing you need in this world for freedom. Don't put money on a pedestal. The more you put money on a pedestal, the harder you believe and think that money is to attain and to flow to you from different income streams. That's the world, that's the reality that you will continue to live in. You'll never come across opportunities or circumstances or things that can provide you more income, more money. You'll never think of ways to provide more income for yourself to make more money. Those thoughts won't even come to mind because you're so fixated on the thought that money is hard to attain, so you gotta work your ass off, on a day, 9 to 5, et cetera, right? Not dissing the 9 to 5. It's part of people's journey at some parts in life. So, like I said, Johnny at 25 starts to apply this stuff. It's not like in a week or in a month, all of a sudden he's quit his job, his business is flowing. No. It takes years of rewiring your old thinking patterns, installing new ones. Once they've been installed, once you actually know how to apply this information, then it's another year or so for things to actually flow and actually start manifesting. People want everything now. The problem is that you've been programmed. You were born into this system and you've been programmed to view reality a certain way. You quite literally need to go in and reprogram, and that reprogramming for a lot of people doesn't happen overnight. Some people are more open-minded. Some people can just really swallow that pill a lot easier than others. And a huge factor is how early and how young you receive this information. Because, if you've got somebody past 50 years old, good luck trying to change their minds. They've been so programmed. It takes years and years and years just to reprogram that stuff. And that's if they're even open to this concept. You see? So if you're watching this and you're sub 30 years old, you can really apply this. If you're in your 40s, you can definitely apply it, but you need to put more effort into the awareness of your thoughts, the awareness of your emotions, your beliefs, your feelings, how you emotionally react to certain circumstances in your life, and how you feel depending on certain circumstances in your life. That is what will continue to perpetuate that in your reality. You can take action now. It's simple. All you gotta do is say, cool, my whole life I've been living a certain way. I now want to be the creator of my life, of my reality. I'm going to be talking about in detail more and more how these steps go about, but it's a beautiful thing once you actually start to see how your life can change depending on what's going on inside. Okay? Hopefully, if you're watching, you already know about the system. Hopefully, you already know about this programming that you've been put through, and you're starting to take action to dissolve the programming and reprogramming your mind the way you want it to be, in line with your dreams, in line with what you want to experience in this life. Okay?